Indian Express. P. Stobdan, as China intrudes across LAC, India must be alert to larger strategic shift, a lasting imprint on geopolitics. Sowmya Dekama, some journeys are about choice, others are forced displacement. Shah Alam Khan, paranoia has been constructed around COVID-19. C. Raja Mohan, Delhi cannot turn away from the complex geopolitics of the Pashtun lands. Manu Chandra, we will return to an altered landscape of restaurants, with more love, affection. The Hindu. CP. Chandrasekhar, the problem with the liquidity push, even if partially successful, it will culminate in eventual default. The crisis is only likely to intensify. Radha Kumar, the centre's Kashmir policy and a heavy price to pay. India will have to face mounting security threats and the people of Jammu and Kashmir the systematic denial of rights. Rajiv Kumar, a well-balanced stimulus package, it will minimize the human cost of the COVID-19 crisis and also pave the path for structural. Rajiv Kumar, a well-balanced stimulus package, it will minimize the human cost of the COVID-19 crisis and also pave the path for structural reforms. Anil Taneja, Gulshan Rai, moving beyond geopolitics, in the post-COVID world, countries and tech giants should be obligated to share data in the larger interest of mankind. Times of India. Pavan K. Varma, back with a bang, Nani state what is being achieved with so many restrictions on opening up the economy. Sanjay Kumar, for India to emerge from the corona crisis, there is need for greater dialogue in a federal setup. Bikram Virat together 24/7, and now our love needs a break from this incessant companionship. Hindustan Times. Cash transfers, there is a way out. WHO, don't make it a victim of the US-China rift. In the Afghan theater, India and its balancing act. Mint. An air travel fiasco that must be fixed right away. A pandemic that could alter the size and shape of governments. COVID spread in Mumbai's slums is a warning for all cities. Indian men are entering the kitchen and they ain't asking for chai. A game of diplomatic chessboard on whose battlefield. The means and ends of a policy should not be confused. Is India ready for a new social compact to deal with this crisis? An inclusion model for migrants that draws upon data. The real digital divide confronting India. The Wire. Mohammad Taki, Pentagon report suggests the US Taliban deal was inked in Afghan blood. Vasudevan Mukanth, we need to stop blaming the virus and ask questions of the state. Mani Shankar Iyer, how the world won and Trump lost at the World Health Organization's key assembly. The Print. Pinjra Todd arrests, Delhi police witch hunt against students show COVID is not a top priority. Move over political comedy, Danish states lockdown humor pokes fun at middle-class Indians. COVID pandemic has reminded us there are limits to our understanding of science. Journalists want novelty in COVID coverage and end up amplifying the trivial. WHO must report to UNSC on pandemics, make independent assessments. By sealing Delhi NCR borders, COVID has ended fluidity between where laborers live and work. Congress has split into 3 parties, and not one of them is good at politics. NDTV. Feroze Varun Gandhi, Modi 2.0's bold structural reforms, by Feroze Varun Gandhi. Muneeza Naqvi, Bloomberg, I took one of India's first flights in months. It was surreal. Nandini Sundar, Amit Shah's Bima Koregaon model, used for anti-CAA protests. Priyanka Chaturvedi, why we took charge of 80% of Mumbai's private hospital beds. The Guardian. Dominic Cummings has shown its one rule for the establishment, another for everyone else. Owen Jones. My dad died under lockdown in Barnard Castle. I find Dominic Cummings' visit repellent. Helen Goodman. Explain, apologize, move on. What Johnson should have said about Dominic Cummings. Simon Jenkins. The rogue civil service tweet spoke for most of us. I hope the author isn't found. The civil servant. Tribune. Manoj Joshi, the overt Chinese message, aggression may be a warning to India to not join issue with US. Ajit Bhattacharya, India, Nepal need to ignore disruptive ploys. India has to first deal with the pandemic that has shattered its goal of $5 trillion GDP by 2023-24. Then, it has to come to terms with the political diplomatic headache originating from Kathmandu. The last aspect is the military political muscle flexing of the wolf warrior diplomats of Beijing and the PLA attacks in Ladakh's Galwan Valley and Daulat Beg Oldi sector. Sanjay Hazarika, I die every day on such a long journey home. You are a protector of the Constitution, we understand. That is a living entity. If so, then it must breathe oxygen, it must bleed blood when wounded. Have you seen our warped feet, your lordships? They are blistered, swollen and torn, our lips are parched, our stomachs are empty and our hearts are heavy and minds dulled, with pain and hopelessness. South China Morning Post. Ronnie Tong, distrust of China has blinded Hong Kongers to Beijing's intent in pushing a national security law for Hong Kong. Kelvin Hopor Lam Ocean Park failures, how government policy is both the cause and the cure. Robert Delaney, US outrage over national security law for Hong Kong puts Donald Trump and China trade talks in an awkward spot. David Brown, Europe won't recover from the coronavirus or other ailments as long as Germany stands in the way. SCMP editorial, return of violence, no way to confront fears over Hong Kong security law. China Daily. Births for the nation. Low wage bottleneck. China and US should avoid a new Cold War. Nation shows the road back from outbreak. Smart tech will lead economic recovery. Global solidarity with Africa an imperative.